This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Augustana Sportscene. I'm Bill Gross, Director of Athletics at Augustana College. On this week's show, we'll feature some exciting action as we fire up our Augustana Sports Update. We'll also talk Augustana football with Coach Mike Aldrich and volleyball with Coach Ashley Buckley. A little later in the program, in our Augustana Sports Focus, we'll catch up with Vikings cross-country coach Tracy Hellman. And we'll take a look at what's ahead on the Augustana Sports calendar for this week. It's going to be a fun show, so let's get the action rolling. Here comes Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Augustana Sports Update is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Last Saturday, Coach Tracy Hellman's men's and women's cross-country teams both ran to NSIC team championships in front of a bunch of fired-up Viking fans in Wayne, Nebraska. It was the third straight NSIC championship for the Augustana ladies and the second consecutive title for the Viking men. Freshman Runa Falch finished number one individually in the 11-team field for the ladies as she covered the 6,000-meter course in a time of just over 21 minutes. Kristen Brondo finished third, Miriam Hovda ninth, Annie Fifley 10th, and Kyle Blakesley 16th. The Vikings tallied 39 team points for first place, with the University of Mary close behind with 42. For the men, Tom Carbo claimed the individual team championship in the 8,000 meters in a time of just over 25 minutes. Augustana dominated the race as they also had runners finish third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Travis Baniak was third, Matt Braithwaite fourth, Paul Yak fifth, and Daniel Black sixth in the 10-team field. For the outstanding efforts of the Viking men, Coach Hellman was named Men's NSIC Coach of the Year. The Augustana men's and women's teams now tune up for the NCAA Regional, which will be held on November 20th, again in Wayne, Nebraska. In football, Coach Mike Aldrich's team dropped their first game of the season as they fell 26-14 on the road at Wayne State. The Vikings, now 9-1 overall and 8-1 in the NSIC, played without starting quarterback Josh Hansen, who missed the game with a broken bone in his hand. Augustana committed 5 turnovers in the loss to the Wildcats, who now have a 6-4 season record. The Vikings were held to a season-low 201 yards of total offense. Viking scores came on a 12-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Schulte to Eric Ellingworth and on a 21-yard scoring strike from Schulte to Jordan Marshall. Joe Clark led the Augustana rushing attack with 73 yards on 21 carries. Isaac Jorgensen led the receiving corps with 5 catches. On defense, Andrew Keel led the way with 12 tackles, with Chris Janish adding 11 along with 1 interception. In volleyball, Coach Ashley Buckley's team won a pair of road matches at Upper Iowa and Winona State. The young Vikings, now 14-14 overall and 10-9 in the NSIC, knocked off Upper Iowa behind 13 kills from Brianna Erickson and 10 from Taylor Herdlichka. Grace Sanders recorded 18 digs and Danny Haley 40 assists. In the win at Winona, freshman Holly Halfmeyer nailed 15 kills, with Herdlichka tacking on 13 and Lindsey Peterson 12. Sanders had 30 digs and Haley dished out 50 assists. In soccer, Coach Brandon Barkas's team finished the regular season with a 2-1 road victory at Concordia St. Paul. Jesse Huff and Megan Worth scored goals for the Vikings, who finished 7-5-1 in NSIC play. Then in the first round of the NSIC playoffs, Augustana fell 2-1 to Bemidji State. Stephanie Goose scored the goal for the Vikings, with goalkeeper Amanda Wagner grabbing 7 saves. And in wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's team, ranked 3rd in the nation in NCAA Division II, got their season rolling at the Daktronics Open in Brookings. The Vikings placed 14 wrestlers and got runner-up finishes from Jay Shear at 141 pounds, Marcus Edgington at 157, Carl Sirk at 174, and Ty Copsey at 197. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana football with Coach Mike Aldrich. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, by Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther. always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Football Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana head football coach Mike Aldrich. Well, Mike, last Saturday afternoon, the Vikings headed down to Wayne, Nebraska to take on a team that's showing signs of being outstanding. They beat one of the top-ranked teams in the region early in the season, Nebraska Kearney. They looked like a team of destiny, and then they kind of fell on hard times. And we went in there, and they were ready to be home, and it was a long afternoon for the Vikings.
It was. You know, we knew going into the game that if we were going to win this football game, we had to minimize turnovers, which we didn't do. We had 5. We had to control the clock and win the time of possession battle, which we didn't. We lost that by about 6 minutes, and then we needed to be able to run the ball. And we did not do a very good job of running the ball. So offensively, those 3 things got us. And then defensively, we knew we had to get and create turnovers, and we had 1. And then we needed to capitalize on field position situations. And there were some times, but it was, you know, the funny thing was we do a great job of a field position stop, and then all of a sudden their punter kicks a 95-yard punt, you know, which you just never see.
Right.
So it was, you know, it was kind of one of those things that was hard luck, and we knew that if we were going to be put in a position of trailing this team, that that it was going to be tough for us to play catch up. And it was Ryan Schutz's first full game in active duty, and we knew we had to give him some support, and we didn't do a great job of that, and Ryan struggled a little bit back there throwing the ball.
Well, let's take a look at the game, Mike. First, let's break down the offense.
Well, you know, I thought we were going to be off to a good start. The first play of the game, Joe Clark rips off a 40-yard gain, and you know, you kind of look back and you think, should we just kept running the ball, and would that have been our best formula for success? But you got to be able to have a good balance, and we tried to balance it off with some passing, and we weren't effective the whole game throwing the ball. So it got kind of one-dimensional. They started really bringing the blitz on us and running some pressures on us that got after us, and didn't ever allow Ryan to set his feet and make a good completion. And then they got after our run game, and Joe Clark had a couple fumbles on Saturday, which is very unlike him, but he did. We had a couple interceptions, which are never good, and they're tough to be able to overcome. And defensively, we were only able to get 1 turnover, so we were -4 in the turnover battle that day, and that's not like us.
Yep. Defense.
Defensively, you know, I thought we played pretty good for the most part. You know, they were able to get a couple scores in the first half, and they capitalized on some field position situations to get that. They also capitalized on some penalties that are also very unlike us. We had a personal foul penalty on one of our safeties for hitting a guy after the whistle, which was not very smart decision. We also had a pass interference call in the end zone, which actually took away an interception from us, which I don't think it was a pass interference, but I know exactly why the referee called it and what he saw, so I can't fault him for that either. But I mean, it was a big play. That was a 7-point turnaround and a turnover situation. So I thought they did a good job keeping us in the game until right at the end in the fourth quarter, when we snapped the punt over our punter's head and into the end zone for a safety, and it really appeared to look like it deflated our defense in the next series. They just pounded us, and we didn't really do a very good job of responding and stopping when we needed to.
Yep. Well, and special teams.
Well, you know, and that just works right into it. You know, with the bad snap, that's 2 points there. Drew Behrens had what we would consider a chip shot field goal that he just missed. We didn't have great protection on that field goal anyways, but there's 5 points right there off of special teams. And then we gave up a couple longer kick returns that we shouldn't have given up, and you know, it was just kind of an exclamation point to the day, really.
Right. Well, that one's over with, and we're back at it here. And of course, the big question out there, Mike, and we were talking before we went on the air, and I know you don't know this yet. Josh Hansen, of course, missed the game with his injury to his hand. Ryan Schutz was back there at quarterback. Tyler Schulte came in. We're coming to this big game here with Upper Iowa on Saturday, and we need to sort out our quarterback situation and where we're going.
Well, obviously, Upper Iowa game is not a cakewalk by any means. They beat Wayne State the week before, and we just lost to Wayne State. So, it's not an easy game. And with our quarterback situation, I know Josh will get his hand looked at again on Monday, see where that is progressing, and I would expect that his hand wouldn't be ready to go this week unless there's some type of miracle that came down, which would be fine by me. But
we'll take it.
so then we just got to look between Ryan and Tyler and really evaluate the film and see who played the best, who's going to give us the best chance. I mean, it's tough for me to pull Tyler from being a wide receiver when he's an All-American wide receiver. There's no doubt in my mind. But the other part of it is, too, we got to be able to get him the ball if he's going to be an effective wide receiver. So we'll have to take a look at it and over the course of the week really, evaluate all our quarterback options and then have an idea by Thursday and see where we go.
Well, one game always sits in your mind, and of course you want to do well. But you have a great group of leaders and seniors. Your thoughts? This is a big week for them to bring us back for this final home game.
Well, what I told them after the game, and there's Brad and I have a couple different coaching styles, and you lose a tough one like this. I always feel like the kids are going to follow you as a kind of how do you react for it, and I mean it hurt, but I told them right away after the game we're the ones that lost that game. There's no second guessing, and there's no pointing fingers and making excuses if this could have happened or this would have happened. I mean, we did so many things wrong in the game, so many penalties that we shouldn't have had that are just that are not discipline penalties, things of that nature. So, I told them we've got to shoulder that blame as a team and not say that there's other things happened. And I think they responded pretty well to that. And, the last thing was Chris Janish got them all together, and he said, and he's our rock in the middle. And he said, I played bad today. He named off a couple other seniors. We all played bad today. This was our responsibility. We lost it. We got to go back to work tomorrow. So, that's the workman's attitude that they need, and as long as they can shoulder the blame for losing a game, then they'll be able to bounce back a lot quicker.
Well, it's a big one, fans. Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, Vikings in Upper Iowa. We're heading for the playoffs, we hope, and we need it. So help us out. Mike, good luck to you and your team.
Appreciate that.
The Augustana Volleyball Report is next. We'll be right back.
Discover German engineering and premium style in the Jetta at Graham Automotive. Starting at $15,995, the all-new 2011 Jetta has arrived. Completely redesigned, making it the largest car in its class. The all-new Jetta for 2011 includes Volkswagen's scheduled carefree maintenance. Graham Automotive and Volkswagen invite you to test drive the new 2011 Jetta today.
Graham Automotive for the ride of your life.
Uber fan here, and this is my sportscaster audition. Today in Today in local sports. Today in local sports. Today in local sports, and that's the news. I'm missing a page. Today in local sports. It's too loud. Okay. Uber fan for Midcoast Sportsnet. Every key matchup, every local rivalry, only on Mid-Continent, coming at you live. Baby. This is harder than it looks.
The Augustana Volleyball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana volleyball coach Ashley Buckley. Well, Ashley, last weekend, great weekend for the Vikings. On the road, went down to Upper Iowa and picked up a victory, and then on to Winona State for another one. Talk about the matches.
Against Upper Iowa, we came out to a really quick start against them. I think we were up 7-2 in the first set and increased our lead, but then we hit a lull in the middle of our match, and they got better. So we really had to fight hard to win the first set, which we did. I thought we had really great performances from our middle. Holly Halfmeyer, Brianna Erickson did a great job for us as well, and Taylor Herdlichka. So the faster the tempo of the offense, the better it was for us, and that really helped us to win the entire match. In the second set, we won a deuce game, so again, another close one. And then in the third set, same exact situation. So we didn't get into a great flow, but our hitting percentages were very high for all of our players. and we did just enough to win. And it's a tough place to play. It's a tough place to pass, but overall we were really happy to come out 3-0.
Yeah, great win down there, and then on over to Winona State and another great win.
Yeah, same exact thing. We had quick starts to both our first and second set. We ended up pulling the first one out, and the second one as well. Again, Holly Hafmeyer was great. I thought in the back row, Kayla Walrick did a nice job defending in the right back. Grace Sanders had a great night with 30 digs. But again, it was our fast tempo offense that really helped us to close the deal. We ended up going into 4 sets, but in the 4th set, it was the best one that we had played all night, which is the one that counts in order to finish the match. So again, another good win on the road.
Well, super wins. And this is the last time we're going to visit here as we close down the volleyball season. So we want to make sure we give you an opportunity to talk about your 2 seniors. They've been a great part of your team.
Yeah, it's hard as you wind down a season realizing that you're gonna graduate 2 really phenomenal people and players. Brianna Erickson will be graduating. She's a 5th-year senior for us, and I can't say enough about how much she's progressed throughout her time here at Augustana. She's always been incredibly athletic, but this year she has really come into her own, blocking at the net for us. Offensively, she's become a more dominant player. And the greatest thing that she brings to our team is the leadership. You know, last year we really lacked in leadership, and this year, by the time she graduates, she'll have raised up 4 around her. So we're really so happy with everything she's done for us. And then Chantel Tangwall, a Sioux Falls native. Again, she's someone that coming in her freshman year redshirted and has just seen tremendous progress throughout her time here. And I'll always be really thankful for her for just sticking with it and always being a team player. Whether it's good or bad for her, she's always committed to the goal of the team, and she has come in and really helped us in some big matches this year, so we're going to miss her presence at the net.
Yeah, well, 2 great ladies, so good luck to them. Well, Ashley, last regular season match, we go down to Wayne on Friday night. It's an easy one, right?
Another tough NSIC match, but we're feeling good at this point in the season. Our girls are coming off a 2-0 weekend, as are they, but we really have nothing to lose right now. We want to go out winning, and I tell our girls, you're playing for pride in this conference and to continue to get better so that you can compete at the top within our conference. And so it's going to be a good matchup. They're a very good defensive team. They've got some good offensive threats. What we've improved on is our offense. So we're hoping that it will be a good defensive match, but that we'll be able to match them at the net offensively. So, the best team will win, the team that comes out and plays the best. But we're really going to get our team going this week so that we show our best on Friday night.
Well, I think fans have been really encouraged by the play of your young group. I mean, you have tremendous potential, and it's got to be exciting to kind of close here with some momentum with these wins on the road, and then to go to next year looking ahead. So talk about the young team. You've also got some great recruits coming in. Yeah, this year, despite what our record says, we have really made some great gains. Usually in October, around midterms, we see the girls hit a bit of a slump just because they're more stressed out with school. And this year we breezed right through it. I would say that we have a whole nother month left in us as far as their mental being prepared mentally. I feel like they've got more to give this year, which is exciting. Hopefully that'll carry through to next year. Again, our leadership is so much better. They've established a good work ethic. So, the experience really was what we needed to gain this year. And next year, there's really no excuses because we're going to be predominantly a junior class. So we're looking forward to another great season next year. But we want to, again, finish strong. And these girls know they have work to do in this conference. It's going to be relentless, and everybody continues to get better. Yeah, well, Ashley, it's been really fun to have you on the show. Congratulations on the growth of your team this season, and good luck in the last match. Thank you. Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana cross country coach Tracy Hellman. Well, Tracy, last Saturday down in Wayne, Nebraska was one of the greatest days, I think, along with other great ones, I guess, in the history of Augustana cross country. But our ladies claimed their third straight NSIC championship. Our men claimed their second straight championship. It was quite a day.
You said it. I mean, everything kind of fell into place. We had the kids run their best race at the right time. And that's always a challenge with, I think, all sports, but especially in cross country. You want the kids to be healthy, you don't want to be sick, but you want them to run their best on the right day, and that's conference championship time. And we certainly weren't favored in the women, even though we had won, 2 in a row. We were ranked 18th in the nation, and Duluth was ranked 7th, and Mary was ranked 10th, and they had beat us earlier this year. But the girls stepped up and performed when they needed to the best. The guys obviously, dominated, and then we had the individual champions too. But you couldn't have gone any better for our team. So very happy.
Well, and I think too, it's a credit to Tracy. He's got a real plan for training, and we don't go that hard sometimes in the fall, and we seem to peak at the right time. So congratulations. Let's break those races down. The men, you said it, they dominated. Talk about that race.
Yeah, we thought we were the favorite going in, but I didn't know, how well we could run together as a team. And I've been here for 11 years, and that was the strongest performance I've ever seen out of our men. And we scored 19 points. And for those of you that maybe aren't 100% sure with the cross country scoring, if you perfect score, it means if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 15 points. So we scored 19 points. So we were close to perfection in the men, and just dominated. It was I think it was a huge statement for our men to say, we're a very, very solid cross country program. And Tom Carbo from Norway won the individual title, and he's certainly very deserving of that honor.
Yeah. Well, and keep going with the other guys that we had. Hang on a second here. Help me if I mess this up, Tracy. But Tom finished first. Then we were third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So talk about the other guys.
Yeah, our guy that got third place was Travis Beniak, a junior from Mazeppa, Minnesota. Been running strong all year long. Our fourth place finisher was Matt Braithwaite from Sioux Falls, Lincoln. A senior, really, I think, a huge leader for us, a senior leader for our squad. Fifth place, a newcomer, Paul Yak from Storm Lake, Iowa. Really had a strong race because he was struggling a little bit in the middle, but he was able to maintain his form and hang in there. And then our sixth place, Daniel Black, a senior from Box Elder, South Dakota. So those 5 guys really got the job done, so very happy with them.
Yeah, tremendous victory for the men, and then exciting for the ladies. Talk about that.
Well, that was the second race, and so it was the race I was nervous about. And we went into it, like I said, thought we could win, but we thought we had to run well, and that was certainly the case. We put 4 girls in the top 10, and that was really strong. And then our 5th girl was 16th, and that was able to seal the deal. We won by 3 points over University of Mary. And you mentioned this, but we had a girl win the individual title, Runa Falch from Norway, and she beat a girl from Minnesota Duluth that is probably, I would say, arguably one of the best girls in Division II. She's never been beaten in the conference before, and beat in the last 1,000 meters. And so she won the individual title. We have another new girl, Kirsten Bronbo, was 3rd overall. And then Annie Fifley Miriam Hovda was 9th, and Annie Fifley was 10th. And so, wow, what a performance. I didn't know we had won until I walked down the finish line, and they said we won by 3 points.
Yeah, and Runa, for those of us who were there, was trailing the gal from Duluth, and holy cow, did she put a kick on the last 1,000 meters to win that. It was great. Well, Tracy, tremendous victories for the Vikings, but you can only rest a little while, because here coming up on the 20th of November, it's the regional back in Wayne. So talk about who the teams are that come into the mix now, along with the Northern Sun teams.
Well, the Central Region, which is comprised of the Rocky Mountain Conference and the Northern Sun Conference, and predominantly in distance running, it's one of the best in the nation, because you get the Colorado schools that come from the Rocky Mountain. And so in the women, it's going to be a fight. We have 4 berths in the women that go on to the national, and we have Adams State and Western State from the Rocky Mountain, and then you have the 3 teams, Duluth, Mary, and Augie, that just ran this weekend. Right. So, well, somebody's going to be left home, and so we got to be ready to perform at a high level. And in the men, we have 5 berths, so it's we have a little bit more leeway in the men, but it's still going to be a battle. But we feel that, obviously we run well, we will be able to get qualified for the national. And the national is 2 weeks later. It's in Louisville, Kentucky, part of the fall festival. And we hope to have both teams there and again continue our tradition.
Well, we have a phenomenal program here led by Tracy and his staff, and Tracy garnered another Coach of the Year honors here in the men's. This year it happens all the time for Tracy. But anyway, good luck, Coach, and go get them.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bill.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here. The new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for this week. Friday, November 12th, volleyball, final match of the season at Wayne State. Saturday, November 13th, it's the final regular season home game for the Augustana Vikings in football as we take on Upper Iowa, 1 o'clock at Kirkaby-Over Stadium. Men's basketball kicks off their regular season that day with a game against Jamestown College at the Elman Center at 5:30. Bring your ticket from the football game and get in free. And wrestling continues action at the Dakota Wesleyan Open in Mitchell. Monday, November 15th, it's the opening regular season game for the Augie women's basketball team as the Vikings take on William Penn University at the Elman Center at 7 o'clock. Then Wednesday, November 17th, it's the Prairie Spirit Charitable Challenge, Augie versus the University of Sioux Falls, the women tipping off at 6, followed by the men at 8 at the Sioux Falls Arena. You can get tickets at the arena box office or at Ticketmaster.com. And Augustana Sportscene will be back here again next week on Wednesday or Thursday on this same channel. And for radio coverage of Augustana football and men's basketball, you can hear the Vikings on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide on the web at KIKN.com. And the Augie ladies basketball team games can be heard on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide on the web at KXRB.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next Wednesday or Thursday on this channel for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. Have a great week, everybody.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.